Hello everyone, this is Dan Gramza and welcome to Gramza Market Studies for Wednesday, June 20th. Well, we see some volatility. The market's bouncing a bit, and it goes back to tariffs and the concerns about tariffs. But here's what I want you to keep in mind when it comes to the tariffs. The tariff impact on our actual trade with these different organizations, or I should say countries, is really small. If you look at the steel aluminum tariffs, let's start with Canada. Canada imports from the United States $282 billion. They're planning on imposing tariffs on 12.8 out of 282, 12.8. The U.S. is imposing tariffs on $299 billion of exports to the United States of 17.4 billion. If you look at Mexico, they import from the United States $243 billion. They're planning on imposing tariffs on 3 billion. They export to the United States $313 billion, and the U.S. is planning on imposing 7.2 billion. The European Union, they import from the United States $284 billion. They're going to impose tariffs on 7.5 billion of imports, and they export to the United States $432 billion, and the tariffs currently being proposed would impact 12.3 billion. So does it create attention? Does it create uncertainty? Yes, these tariffs do, and you're seeing that in these markets. But is it bearish in the big picture long term? I don't think it is. Well, let's get going here. Now, the NASDAQ market, here it did trade below its bearish level. The magnitude change here is $800 a contract, and I do look for follow through to the upside. The Dow also traded below its bearish level, and the magnitude change here is $200 a contract, and I'm looking for an inside day in that market. Let's move over to the dollar and see what's going on there, and that is the euro. Basically bouncy. I do look for the possibility of a move to the upside. I think that makes sense for that market at this point if the market does calm down. And I do look for a down day in the 10-year notes. It's bearish. I've said that for the last few days, but we haven't had any paper behind it. Gold traded above its bullish level. Magnitude change here is $1,200 a contract. I'm looking for an inside day on Wednesday. And in the crude oil market, I don't see any strong reason for a rally. Inside day to slightly lower, I think makes sense for that market. And soybeans, the largest agricultural export we send to China. This has an impact here in terms of what we've seen in the marketplace. That's a $12 billion export to China, and it was weak. But notice it got bouncy as things calmed down. Let's see if we can indeed get that follow through to the upside. And that concludes today's market studies. Thank you for being with me. I look forward to being with you again tomorrow. In the meantime, take care.